Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. Today's video we're going to be going over some more Project R.I.S.E news. It's going to be about another pre-alpha test going on very soon. A little bit surprising to me. I wasn't even expecting to get any more pre-alpha. I was just ready for alpha and was expecting to wait a few months before we get that, or even longer. Thankfully, they've heard that people really enjoy the game, so they want to have pre-alpha go on again. It's going to be on November 2nd. It's going to be at 10 a.m. and it's going to be going for 24 hours. And both EU and US will have access to it. And I'm assuming that means there will be two separate servers for that. So I will quickly go over everything they talk about here. So there's going to be a lot of quality of life changes. Gameplay, you will no longer need 3 players to activate the final elevator in each floor. It's going to be a 90-second timer when the first person gets there. Second person will speed it up by 3 times, and the third person will instantly start the elevator, of course. I already talked about asynchronous perk selection, which is amazing addition. We'll no longer need to wait for every single person to take like 15 seconds to pick a perk. I think I also talked about the personal Phoenix feathers, how it's going to be you're going to have your own lives. It's not going to be shared, thankfully, and it's going to be first come first serve for that, so whoever finds them first. And as for floor skips, when you level up your hero, you will gain access to floor skips at every hero tier, and every new tier you get will allow you to skip 10 floors. There are some caveats though, so it's not overpowered. You can only skip at floor 1, and you can only skip to a floor you've already passed with that specific hero. And all members of the team must meet the hero tier threshold to skip. Like if you're in a party and you have 2 friends, they need to also have those same hero tiers, basically, to have that ability to skip. And for team ups, that's interesting because, well, they didn't have that in the last pre-alpha. You couldn't make parties with people, but now you can. And you team up higher in the tower, you have to be on the same exact floor. So that's going to make it a little more difficult, but I mean, what are they gonna do? It's the only way without breaking the game. And they're adding emotes. Just simple bubble communication right now is just gonna be really helpful if you're playing with randoms online. And they did rework Barbarian and Valkyrie's moveset, which I showed in the last video. It seemed pretty minor just looking at it, but there's just gonna be some better movesets there and improvements. And they did change the Firecracker's ability, which I didn't know about. So very interesting there. And as for the meta, there's going to be pass points. Basically, so there's a number of criteria here. You get pass points from floor completion, number of heroes alive, time remaining, and the bonus is the boss defeated at the end. So with all those things added up, you'll get a certain amount of pass points that you'll be able to use. They go towards chests, it looks like. So they'll fill up as points and you can get a chest when you get a certain amount. And let's read here. At the end of each floor, players can choose to recycle as many perks as they want, giving up perks in exchange for pass points. Okay. And the more floors you hold on to a perk for and the higher the perk level, the more points earned. But if you fail a floor, you lose any extra bonus points and will receive the base point amount per perk held. So obviously there's going to be... You don't want to die. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. It's very aggravating, but it's gonna remove. Kind of reminds me of the streak system in Squad Busters, where if you lose, you get less rewards. I mean, it's pretty obvious. That makes sense. So definitely don't want to die. You definitely want to keep those perks, leveling them up, getting on streaks, and you'll earn more points that way. And some more hero progression. Heroes require hero badges and gold to tier up, improving stats and unlocking access to new abilities and choices. So they got the upgrade system already starting, which is very good. And they still haven't finished the battle pass, but it's going to be important so that everyone can receive progression like golden hero badges. So for right now, like they just talked about there, it's going to be a simple chest counter, and pass points are just going to unlock chests right now. It's not the full feature, but a necessary step on the way to fleshing out the final meta. And the last thing they're talking about here is just that they hope we enjoy all the changes, and there's going to be bugs, obviously, with the new stuff they added, but they are also fixing a lot of bugs. And yeah, so November 2nd, I will be recording more gameplay. Um, and I will make definitely another news video talking about my experience with it in more detail. So, hope you guys have a good one, and we'll see you soon.